Disney is backing Will Smith as the genie in Aladdin 2. Well, what does this mean for Johnny Depp? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and I'm in the studio with Steph the Altar Nerd. Hey up! So good to have you. And this is a cool story. Well, look, I'm doing a bit of my own speculation here, to be fair. But this is news that's been circulating. And I've heard this too because Aladdin 1 was a huge moneymaker, the live-action Aladdin remake. They're all unnecessary, these remakes, in my opinion, Steph, but this one did well for a lot of people. And yeah, Disney's rumored to bring him back because apparently the genie was going to have a bigger role. Is going to go to his, I guess, an origin and some more stuff to it. And yes, the rumors have been circulating that from the Sun, mind you. So, but still, I've heard it through a couple other movie sites. Disney wants to bring back Will Smith to reprise his role as the genie from 2019's Aladdin. It earned $355 million domestic and $1 billion worldwide from a $180 million budget, so it made them a lot of money. Both co-stars, Mina Masad, never really amounted. He complained a bit that he never got that post-Disney bump that people usually are supposed to get. So Aladdin's available, Naomi Scott's available. They are both, I think, signed on for multiples anyway, so they're expected to return as Aladdin and Jasmine. But yeah, this would be the first one since the Oscar, word there. For some reason, Steph, even that word's trouble. But you know there it is. You know which word I'm talking about. This would be the first big movie for him to have gotten since the incident at the Oscars with Chris Rock. And so, nobody's confirming anything yet, but this is the talk. And he just did his film Emancipation, which didn't do very well. Also didn't get an Oscar nom. There was a lot of talk that he was going to get a second Oscar nom after winning for King Richard the night that he did this stupid thing. But it got me thinking because, look, if they're going to bring back the genie, Steph, right? If Disney is going to back Will Smith after all this controversy where we saw him do it. We saw him be the, not wife be, but Chris Rock be. We saw him do it. And if they bring him back, shouldn't they then do what producer Jerry Bruckheimer wants to also do, which is bring back Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean? When the film's own producers out there saying, yes, I would love to bring Johnny back. It's not up to him. It's up to Disney. Now, Disney did just stop the Margot Robbie, female-led Pirates, which is another sign. I don't know. I got to say, this looks like it's a good sign. If Will Smith's able to get Genie back and do Aladdin 2 for Disney, you'd think Disney would step up and finally give the apologies or alpacas or whatever they got to do to make amends with Johnny Depp to make Jack Sparrow back as well. Steph, what do you see when you see it? Am I crazy in making this loop of judgment, or do you think this is a possibility if they're really bringing back Will Smith too?
I really do think it is a possibility. The question really is then, does Johnny Depp want to return? Really, the ball is in his court at that stage. And I think that Disney does want Johnny Depp back as Captain Jack Sparrow. How would they not? I literally went to Disney Magic Kingdom last week on Friday, and the first thing I did, guys, was when I went to Magic Kingdom, I went to someone, I was like, where's the Pirates of the Caribbean ride? I wanted to go on that first, right? And guys, in that ride, Captain Jack Sparrow does feature prominently quite a few times. So for Disney, the character itself is still a very important and a very valuable intellectual property for Disney. And so for them to potentially make future Pirates of the Caribbean movies without Captain Jack Sparrow doesn't make sense for them financially. And for all of us, there is no Captain Jack Sparrow without Johnny Depp. If they try and recast it, it's just going to tank. It's going to perform so badly for them. So, yeah, I think that definitely Disney are considering Johnny Depp coming back as Captain Jack Sparrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's been initial talks on it.
Yeah, and so it's a good point bringing up what Johnny wanted, because you got to remember he wanted either a 300 million or a million alpacas is what Johnny jokingly sort of said. which Elaine used during the trial. Is Disney aware that Mr. Depp is testifying under oath that he would not take another Pirates franchise for $300 million and 1 million alpacas? Well, yes, that's what he said. That's what he said. Now, it's a good question as to whether they will actually bring him back. Sorry for the Google alert that's coming as we wrap up the video. But yes, the reality, though, of where the Pirates movie stands, there was a later quote where Jerry Bruckheimer also did say that the Pirates, the film that Margot Robbie was working on, is not entirely dead. Now, full quote, he says, I think regarding this female-centric spinoff no longer being a possibility, which Margot Robbie said, I think that the script will come forward at a certain point. Bruckheimer said, we developed 2 different stories for Pirates and the other one's going forward first. So that's what we're working on to try to get that one made. So there is a Pirates in the hopper. Could that Pirates involve Captain Jack Sparrow? We'll see. There was an early development of a Pirates movie, as well as a second reboot written by the franchise veterans. Bruckheimer post all the movies as starring Johnny was always attached to both. It was confirmed that Robbie would be the star of the new Pirates, but that one seems to have taken a back seat. And they did confirm, yes, they were talking. But these 2 pirate scripts. Now, we don't know too much about what the second one is, but it's being written, Steph. So that means there's still opportunity for them to write in Captain Jack Sparrow, either in a small role that can lead to more, cameo role, whatever it is, origin story with his blessing. I mean, I don't think you could do any. If they were to do a Jack Sparrow starring Timothy Chalamet, whatever, as young Jack Sparrow, I think then people would really, really get upset, especially given that Johnny won. You know what I mean? Like the public knows he won, and it's like, why isn't he back in this movie yet? I think Disney's probably really feeling those questions with Bob Iger now back in charge, trying to figure out, well, can we bring him back now? And then I would bring it full circle to say, well, you did it with Will Smith. Am I right, Steph? How can you bring one who literally did it and owned it, and Johnny proven didn't do that, and Amber lost that trial, so proved to be a liar in court. So which is it, right? So at this point, I'm hoping that Disney will finally wise up and bring him back if they're able to. Again, like Steph said, very well said, if Johnny wants to. But man, wouldn't that be perfect, sweet justice for Johnny to finally get those 1 million alpacas, all that money to do and come back? What are your final thoughts there, Steph?
So it would certainly be sweet justice if it was the scenario whereby Johnny Depp returns as Captain Jack Sparrow for Pirates, as the news comes forward that Warner Brothers finally has some balls and fires Amber Heard as Mira in Aquaman and removes all traces of her from the upcoming Aquaman 2 movie. Because remember that petition to remove Mira, Amber Heard, from Aquaman 2 is what? 4-5 million plus signatures?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Come on. It's a case of you provide what the audience wants, right? Because that's when you're going to get the money. The audience is not going to watch Aquaman 2 if Amber Heard's in it, but similarly, the audience ain't going to watch a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow in it. And my goodness, if they recast that character, and someone else plays Captain Jack Sparrow, that's actually worse. And that's just going to destroy the Pirates franchise. Done at that point. Done.
Yeah, well said. Well, there you go. Stay tuned. And I say that, yeah, good on Will Smith. It's time he gets back to work. He's paid his price. We can't forever shame the man. And my gosh, it's time for Johnny, if he wants to come back, especially if the producers themselves want him there. So this is ridiculous. Disney, step up. Get those 1 million alpacas. Get him to Johnny ASAP and right this wrong. Guys, if you agree, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for alerts. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are getting notified. We're having a lot of weird trouble here on the YouTube algorithm, so hit that button if you made it this far. Leave a comment to help get this out and share it on social media. Get the word out. We appreciate you. We'll be live tomorrow here with Steph in studio. Woo! Lots more fun coming, so make sure you stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.